Versus home. All right, Coach. Congrats on the home win. I know you were talking about wanting to set a tone early in the season because you want the team to start off on a strong foot. Do you feel they did that today?
Yeah, we said before the game that we just want to make this a difficult place for teams to come. We've got a talented group here. We've got players that like to play in the right way, or in the way that I like us to play. But we showed a different side to our game today as well. I think we was a lot better defensively today. We wasn't as open, but we put a lot of work in this week on making sure that the shape should be what it is, because it wasn't in Kansas. But no, I'm pleased that as I said, we want to pick as many points up at home as we can. It is difficult travelling away with the flights, etc. And as I say, I'm just pleased that we've got a win early on in the season. We've kept a clean sheet, and on the day we could have had 2 or 3 more.
What do you feel is different between this game and the game against FC Casey, if anything?
Do you know what? I think I was nervous going into the game last week. As much as you prepare and you do a lot of work on the training pitch, I felt I was a little bit nervous, and we had a long flight the day before. Maybe that's something to do with us starting a little bit slow. But I felt as that game went, we grew into it. But as I say, that we've had a good week's training this week. They've put a real shift in. We've done a lot of work on the training pitch, and we're really pleased with obviously the end result today.
How much do you feel such a new turned over roster, how much that is gelling around?
It's going to take time. I think I just said to the girls at the end that obviously it feels good to get the win early. It feels good to get the clean sheet. There's 1 or 2 times that it broke down, especially in the final third. And I think as we go on and weeks pass, some of them decisions won't, the turnover won't happen. But like I say, it's just important we got to win early, because Seattle were a good team, had a great performance last night, and we can now relax and just work hard next week in training, improve on tonight's performance, and we go again here next week.
Coach, Natasha Dowdy with the lone goal today. If I remember correctly, she was actually your leading scorer last season. How much confidence does it give you just to have her scoring presence out there?
Yeah, she's more than just a goal scorer. She obviously see her winning headers, putting Sheridan under pressure, especially with her long kicks. She holds the ball up and brings other players into the game, and I can start to see some good relationships sort of starting to form on the pitch, especially with players underneath her, because she will secure it. And that allows the third player runs to go in, because I felt first half we got some real good areas on the pitch, but we needed that third player run, especially off the shoulder of the opposite centre back. And sometimes the balls went into that area, but we were sort of behind it. And like I say, it takes time. It takes us looking at the game, clipping it, showing the players, just to give them the exact detail that we want, working it on the training pitch, and it will take time. But the basics are there, the fundamentals are there, and as long as we stick to them, we do know that we've got the quality to not only create goals but score goals.
Well, absolutely. Also, Rose Lavelle played pretty well today. And I know obviously she's your top draft pick. How much potential do you think she has, and how excited are you to see her just continue to grow as a player?
Yeah, look, Rose is an exceptional talent. We've all seen on the international stage. So the NWSL is a tough league, and to be consistent and do it week in, week out at this level is tough, especially for someone coming out of college. And I've said it from day one since we drafted her. There's no pressure on her to come in and build a team around her. Everyone brings different skill sets to this team. Then without them different skill sets, we won't achieve anything. And even with me and my staff, I know what I need to bring in to improve my environment as a coach, and we've done that by bringing Paul in from Newcastle. So as I say, Rose is an exceptional talent, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how she develops and progresses over the course of the season.
Yeah.
You had Mitch Bruce up there as a forward, where that was FC Casey. You had her as a right back. Do you foresee moving her around anymore, or putting her in a more consistent position?
Well, Julie King wasn't ready last week. Neither was Tiffany Weimer. So we had to make a decision on who we played there. She played right of her in a 3-4-3, and she done really well there, especially driving out with the ball. And we played Yukon, and she played right back in that game. So Midge is she's a great athlete. She's a very versatile player. She's a very good player. But look at the impact she made when she come on. Kelly O'Hara's a fantastic player, and she caused her a lot of problems going outside, going inside. we brought Midge in as a forward. She'd done me a job last week and threw in at the deep end. And I felt she equipped herself quite well as the game went on. She, especially in the first half where they broke on us a few times, she dropped in a little bit too deep. We spoke about it, spoke to her on the pitch, spoke at half time, and it didn't happen after that. The thing with Midge, she's a very intelligent girl. She's a quick learner, and the good thing for me is that she is versatile and potentially can play in more than one position. But as I said, you look at her impact, comes on, hits the bar, causes problems for Kelly O'Hara, and it was a great performance from her when she came on today.
Particularly, Ryan Pierce seemed to really find a little something down there.
Yeah, Chapman, I thought she was excellent today. She's a very good professional. She knows what she needs to improve on, and I think defensively she was excellent today. She was in great position, stepped in and won a lot of balls, intercepting. She gets herself in very good positions, and that's something that we've been focusing on with the whole group. It's funny because the game is so transitional and it's so quick and powerful. We're really focusing on making sure that no matter what goes on, that we're in good positions on the pitch with and without the ball. So we could save some of our energy, save some of the running that we have to do, especially sort of defensively. I thought we was quite good with that tonight. I really did.
Centre backs, pleased with the improvement from last week.
Yeah, definitely. It was great for Megan to go with the national team. Tough for me because we lost her for a couple of weeks, and Amanda Frisbee's been injured as well. But today they were a lot better. It's good watching them on the training pitch together. They're constantly talking. If they're not happy with something, they'll get together and they'll talk about it. For me as a coach to see that's refreshing. It's brilliant because they're trying to build that relationship, and I felt they were excellent today. If that one at the end where I think it was Little that whipped the ball round Kristen and Meg stepped in and chested it down, and Abby got on top of it, and that just goes to show the work that we've been doing and the understanding that they're starting to develop. So again, from a coaching perspective, that's really pleasing.
Just one more.
Yeah.
There's a 442 report that said Abby Smith's getting called in for the national team in June. Can you comment on that?
I haven't got a clue. Look, she was fantastic, though, wasn't she? I mean, she made some great saves early on to keep it at 0-0. But I've not heard from Jill that she be going. If she does get called in, she deserves it. She's a fantastic keeper.
I was going to ask you about Adrian Leon. I don't know if you already spoke about her, but it looks like a good addition. She's been very aggressive in the first 2 games for you.
Yeah, she's. I like Drew. I mean, when we spoke in the off season about coming here, we spoke on the phone for about an hour, and I was really impressed with what she had to say. And since day one, since she's turned up in Boston, her attitude's been spot on. But she's a winner. She just wants to win football games, and I think today she caused the left back a lot of problems, and I think you can see that frustration right at the end of the first half, where she it was like an American football tackle, wasn't it? But as I say, she's had a good impact, and I'm pleased with. Again, she's got plenty to work on and plenty to. Obviously, the understanding with Natasha Dow, with the players underneath, and even Julie King today, because Drew played on the left last week and back out to the right this week. We knew that we could hurt them down the sides, and we knew we could hit them on the diagonal ball. And I think from that perspective, we've done really well there, especially when Mitch come on, because Aaron Chapman caused a lot of problems down that left-hand side. But it's just working on now for us, just that end product, that final pass, especially first half where we broke their midfield line. There's about 20-30 yards of spacing behind, and we'd go feet rather than put it behind. And that's where Natasha's goal come from. We played it in front, she's opened up, and she's just obviously put it in the bottom left-hand corner.
One thing, a good word to say that you're sympathetic?
I mean, I've seen him given, but I think she was looking for it personally. But no, it's the same for both. I think there's a couple of decisions that he could have got, we could have got, and that balances itself out over the course of the game.
Actually, Coach, also the officiating was a little inconsistent today. How is your team able to work around that? And also, what do you tell your players to prepare them for unexpected things, whether it's officiating, injuries, anything like that?
But we can't control anything like that, We speak about strategies, we talk about what we can, what we can't control. They've got a list of them in the dressing room, day in, day out, whether that's training and whether that's match day. like as I say, everyone's human, people make mistakes, and the officials are going to make mistakes. I'm going to make mistakes. Players are going to make mistakes. You know, it's you know, something we've really focused on in the whole pre-season is just responding in a positive manner to no matter what goes on. I've definitely done that last week against Kansas, because last year if we would have gone 1 or 2 down early, then we would have folded like a pack of cards. Whereas last week we kept going, even at 2-0 we created chances where we could have scored. And you know, it's a good group. Mentally they're tough. We've got a lot of players that bring different skill sets, like I already said before, and I think that's important to give good balance to a team. And you know, I'm just pleased with where we are right now.